Jefferson into the open field. No one's going to touch him. Mark it up. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
40, the 30, and he is gone to the house. Touchdown, Tallahassee.
Tipped and picked off by Colin Douglas, who's going to take it back all the way.
No pass caught, first down. What a move! J.R. Sim, get out of here! The doctor is in for the touchdown!
Live from Old Bay Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Week 12, the final week of the regular season. For the SFL, the hometown Crabs are taking on the champion Queen City Corsairs, hoping to lock up the number 1 seed in the playoffs for this year for the first time in their illustrious football career. My name is Eric Vinson. I will be your play-by-play commentator this evening. Thank you for joining me. Glad to be calling this great matchup tonight. Baltimore unfortunately eliminated from playoff contention. However, they could throw a wrench into Queen City's plans here. The only way that Queen City will not lock up the number 1 seed is if Tallahassee wins. We'll see what happens with the coin toss here. So the Crabs are going to receive to start the game off. Ricky Matthews going to kick it away for the Corsairs in their white jerseys, black pants, and black helmets. Crabs with their red helmets, black jerseys, white pants. And let's kick it away. From about the 15-yard line, the Crabs will take the ball up the middle of the field out to the 32-yard line. And that is where Baltimore will take over for their first possession. Sean Augustine out there on the return. As we get our first look at Matt South and company as they stroll up to the line. 4 down lineman for the Corsairs as the Crabs come out with an I formation. Swing pass over to Sanzo Robinson. He gets about 3 or 4 yards as he's wrapped up on the play by Avery King, as well as Greg Morrison. So I mentioned Matt South and Sanzo Robinson, the other star wide receivers, the other star players on this offense for Baltimore are wide receivers. Kendall Gilbert, Josh Packmeyer, and Mike Osai are all the stars. 2nd and 6 here for Baltimore. Queen City shifting things over at the line. South is going to take a short drop, pass time over the middle of the field, caught for first down yardage and more. Out to the 48-yard line. Great catch out there by Mike Osai, the number 2 wide receiver. Right in the middle of that defense. And Queen City wraps them up. So a quick first down already for Baltimore as they move into Queen City territory from the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, high snap. South gets it down, going to check it down to Sanzo Robinson. Robinson able to break out of one tackler, get out to the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5. We'll get a look at the Queen City defense. Koa Kaleo, the defensive tackle, number 75, down in the trenches. Alex Cross and Avery King are your linebackers. And 2 free safeties, Stenzo Woods Jr. and Greg Morrison, along with Michael Spurgeon at strong safety. 2nd down and 5 now for Matt South. He's going to swing it over to Robinson once again. Robinson has first down yardage after lowering his shoulder. Rest in peace, whoever that corner was over there. I believe it was Maurice Johnson, the generic. Just a great move there by Sanzo to get the extra yardage. And a first down. Now from the 36-yard line, 1st and 10 again for the Crabs. Delayed handoff to Robinson. Robinson gets his first carry of the ball game out to the 33-yard line. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Queen City can lock up the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, regardless of if they win or lose. The problem is, if Tallahassee manages to win the game, there might be a chance of them losing that position. 2nd and 7, Sanzo Robinson getting out to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4 after another gain of 3. Wrapped up on the play by the corner, Weimer. So now 3rd down and 4 for the Crabs early on this first possession. South has time. He's going to throw it over the middle of the field, and that's caught for first down yardage. He's knocked down right away by the former Skyhawk, Avery King. But a great pitch and catch out to the tight end, Ty Maxwell. First and 10 from the 23. 3 wide receivers, offset I formation for Baltimore. South is going to pass again. This time he's going to swing the out route over to Kendall Gilbert. And he gets a gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 from the 19. Now into the red zone for Baltimore. Second and 6 from the 19. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. Defensive lineman got in there, swatted the ball away. So it'll be 3rd down now from the same spot, 19, inside the red zone. So we get a look at Matt South trotting up to the line of scrimmage, trying to get this first down. Hopefully get a score on the board for Baltimore to start things off. That'd be a great first possession in the ball game. South is going to have a short drop. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. It's caught, though, for a first down. Caught by Gilbert once again, and he's able to tough out the extra inch or two to give him the first down out to the 13-yard line. Great play there by the wide receiver. And it looks like the Champs are going to challenge the ball. It looked at first glance, watching it live, that he did get. And it'll instead be 4th and inches now. Matt South and company staying on the field. Nothing left to lose as they've already been eliminated from playoff contention. Perhaps maybe drawing off sides with his cadence. Queen City not falling for it at all as the clock ticks down 7-6. And they will burn a timeout right there. So 4th and inches from the 13. And in all likelihood, Baltimore is going to trot out the field goal unit. See if maybe they can at least get 3 points on the board after a promising first possession. So the bronze kicker, Eric Walsh, will go ahead and trot out here, and he'll go ahead and try and bang through a 30-yard field goal. Snap is good. Kick is up and away, and it is good from 30 yards. Baltimore takes an early lead, much to the enjoyment of the home crowd here at Old Bay Stadium. Good snap and hold as the kick gets up and away and through the uprights right down the middle. That's the beauty of having a star kicker on your team. So now Walsh will line up to kick the ball off to the Corsairs. And Queen City will field it about a couple yards deep in their own end zone. Memphis Blue trying to follow his blockers around. Cannot as he gets stopped at the 25-yard line. And that is where Queen City will take over for their first possession. So Queen City's offense is headed by A.J. Caswell, the quarterback, number 16. Kyle Walsh, their gold running back, in the backfield in an offset I formation. Walsh will get a play action. And instead, Caswell goes down on a huge sack. Great first play on the defensive side of the ball by Baltimore. Big number 92, Kevin Gonzaga, getting in there and making a huge stop to start the drive for Baltimore. So now a huge loss on that play of 7 yards on the sack. Sets up Queen City with a 2nd and 17 now. Caswell's going to pass. Short route over to the left-hand side, and that's incomplete, intended for T.E. Haynes III. We're going to look at the rest of this Queen City offense. Caswell and Walsh, I mentioned earlier. That's T.E. Haynes, who you just saw on the incompletion. The other 2 wide receivers, Memphis Blue, returning punts and kicks. And Chris Curtis, newcomer to the wide receiver corps as of a few weeks ago. So 4 wideouts now for Caswell on a 3rd and a million. He's going to sling it over to the right-hand side. Almost had it picked off, though. Would have been a great play by the safety, Eddie Gage, getting in there and knocking the ball down. Almost had a pick. But a 3 and out to start things off for the champs. And Baltimore will get the ball right back. Josh Packmeyer is going to run back to field this punt. And we'll see if Baltimore wants to come after it as they're deep in their own territory. It will not. Instead, they'll set up a return. Good punt by Matthews as Packmeyer waves for a fair catch, catches it at midfield. So great starting field position for Baltimore in this second possession. We'll see if maybe they can punch it in the end zone this time. As I mentioned, final week of the regular season, week number 12, season 9 of the Simulation Football League. Great to have you guys along with me. Queen City hoping to hold on for the number 1 spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs as Sanzo Robinson gets a handoff and he has plenty of room over on the left-hand side and more. He's only got 1 man to beat. Can he do it? He will. Touchdown, Sanzo Robinson. The Crabs strike first and second as they get on the board to make it 9-0. Just a beautiful play, lots of blocking, and Sanzo basically beat the only guy that could actually get him. Nifty little stiff arm, and it was all the way to the house for a touchdown. So now Walsh will see if he can add an extra point to his resume, to his stat line. .620 left to go in the first quarter. Snap is good, kick is up and away, and it's through for a 10-0 lead. Crowd cheering here in Old Bay Stadium as they take a 10-point lead on the champs. So Walsh has the ball teed up now. Both teams set up to return the kick, Memphis Blue is about 3 yards deep in his own end zone. He'll take it out, though. Following his blockers, has some room on the right. But he only gets out to the 23-yard line, and we'll see if Queen City can have a better second possession than their first, where they went 3 and out after a huge sack on first down. Getting a look at the Baltimore defense, I didn't really get a chance to talk about them, Ray Cobain and Jeffrey Desir are your corners. Stephen Darrow and Riley Earling are your linebackers. And Aaron Lee and Eddie Gage are the safeties. 1st and 10, Caswell will swing it out to his fullback. That's Diamante, I believe. And he gets a good chunk of yards out to the 30-yard line. 8-yard gain on 1st down. That's much better than the last possession. Brings up a 2nd and 2 from the 30-yard line now. 3 wideouts, 2 backs in the backfield for Caswell. Caswell's going to hand it off once again. He gets thumped down at about the 32-yard line. What a hit. Riley Earling getting in there on the stop. And rather than a 1st down, Queen City's going to be faced with a 3rd and 1. He'll hand it off to Walsh. Walsh has the 1st down. Out to the 34. Didn't get much, but he got just enough before Aaron Lee comes up and makes the tackle. Offset I formation now for the Corsairs. Down by 10 early on in the 1st quarter. Hand off to Walsh. Walsh following his blockers on the right-hand side. Almost broke it to the house. Eddie Gage made the touchdown-saving tackle there. But a great run by number 35. Getting the most out of nothing there. Actually, it wasn't nothing. The offensive line did a decent job of running downfield, just couldn't quite find the blocks in the 2nd level. And now 1st and 10 for the Corsairs. Another handoff for Walsh. Walsh trying to follow his blockers. Gets knocked down at the 48-yard line. Still a gain of 4. Great 1st down play. So now another offset I formation. Queen City comes out in. Baltimore lining up in the box. 8 guys in the box trying to stop Walsh. And they do. A great diving stop there by Eddie Gage. Stops him for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 6 now for Queen City. Crowd is on their feet as Caswell is in an empty backfield. He's got 5 wideouts. Going to throw a deep ball over to the left-hand side. Got it, man. T. Haynes, the 3rd, is going to go all the way for the score. Mark it up. Touchdown, Queen City. Great pitch and catch there. Nothing that the corner could do as Haynes gets right behind him for the score. Ray Cobain actually had pretty good coverage on the play, but it was just a better throw by A.J. Caswell to get his man into the end zone. Snap is good, kick is up and away and good. So another touchdown drive for Queen City. Most of the time going on the ground with Kyle Walsh. This time around, not the case. Matthews has the ball teed up, and he's going to kick it away to Baltimore. Fielded at about the 14-yard line is Packmeyer, and he'll bring it out to the 31-yard line. Good return there for the wide receiver. So 1st and 10 now for Baltimore. Matt South and company coming back out for their 3rd possession. South has a short drop. He's going to throw it over to the side, and that's tipped away. Great play over there by the generic corner, Weimer. And he makes a good stop on 1st down to bring up 2nd and long. Now 2nd down from the 31, offset I for South. Maybe we'll see a handoff to Robinson. No, instead we're going to see a swing pass to Robinson from South. Great play as Robinson breaks out a tackle, still on his feet, out to the 47-yard line of Baltimore. Finally wrapped up on the play by Woods Jr. But Sonzo Robinson would not be denied on that play. Great setup on the screen pass, as it took Queen City a little bit too long to get off their blocks. Good looking numbers so far receiving wise for Robinson. Not a whole lot on the ground, although he'll get a carry right here. Off on the right hand side, and he gets dragged down from behind. Alex Cross, the middle linebacker, gets in there and makes the stop. We'll see what Queen City can do on this 2nd and 9 here from the 48. Extra wide receivers bunched up towards the top, but it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be met in the backfield. Great play by the defensive line. Just about everybody except for Koakaleo was in there on the stop. Loss of 1, so now it'll be 3rd and a mile for Baltimore. Matt South throwing both 16 touchdowns and 16 picks as he's going to throw it deep towards the middle of the field, and that's caught for a 1st down. Gutsy catch out there by Mike Osai. And Matt South was threading the needle on that play. Several different white jerseys in the area, and none of them could come down with the ball. And a great play to give the Crabs a 1st down here in front of the home crowd, driving once again, trying to maintain their lead as they've scored on their first 2 possessions. Just about a minute left in the 1st quarter. Sonzo Robinson gets another screen pass, and he's going to have yet another 1st down on that. Queen City has struggled to defend the screen so far in this game. They might make some adjustments here after the 1st quarter, or maybe even at halftime. Depending on what Baltimore continues to do. So with 2 backs in the backfield with him, South is going to take a shotgun snap, and I think that was knocked down. Otherwise, there was no receiver in the area. Kind of an odd-looking pass that'll bring up 2nd down as it falls to the turf for an incompletion.
Right. 2nd and 10 from the Pirates, 22-yard.
So 2nd and 10 now, almost in the red zone once again is Baltimore. Just outside at the 22-yard line of Queen City. Short drop for South. South trying to thread the needle, knocked away. Almost a tip drill there for Alex Cross and company, as he was the one who knocked it up in the air, but it falls harmlessly to the turf. 3rd down and 10 for Baltimore. Four wide receivers for South, 3 bunched towards the top of the screen. Packmeyer up there with those 3 wideouts as South is going to throw down towards the bottom of the screen. The route was short, but by Kendall Gilbert, and so the catch will be short of the first down. So fourth down now, we'll see Walsh come back onto the field for his second attempt at a field goal tonight. This one will be a 35-yard field goal. Good snap, kick is up and away, and it is good from 35. So a pair of field goals from the bronze kicker, Eric Walsh. Mixing the quarterback and the kicker. 30-yard field goal and a 35-yard field goal, and that's the difference in the ball game right now as the Crabs are up by 6. Thanks, everybody, for being in the chat right now. I know the game is a little choppy. I'm not so sure what's going on with that. I do apologize. Queen City's going to take it from about a yard deep in the end zone. Memphis Blue is following his blocks up front. Gets out to the 23-yard line. As Walsh has been able to nail it into the end zone on pretty much every kick he's had so far. Some of the guys I'm seeing, I'm a effing problem. Andy Hamilton, Mahmoud Ajlani, DeAndre Noel, Play to Win, and AJ Levy. Handoff to Kyle Walsh, who gets stomped right at the 26-yard line. Great hit. Steven Darrow coming in and making his presence felt. And that's going to bring the first quarter to a close. The Champs down by 6. We'll see if they can recover here in the second quarter.
Let's go.
Second and 7 as we flip sides of the field. Caswell's going to have time. He evades the pressure. Deep pass over the middle, and that's picked off. Baltimore's going the other way with it, and that's Aaron Lee, the free safety, as he finally gets knocked down by one of the offensive linemen. Great play for Baltimore, and keeping the momentum in their favor is Aaron Lee. Read the route the whole way as he cuts off T.E. Haynes III and starts running down the sideline. Great field position now for the Crabs, and we'll see what they can do with it here after the first turnover of the ball game. Three wideouts. Robinson in the backfield. Robinson will get the handoff, following his blockers. Tries to stiff arm, does not get away. Another big hit. The generic corner has been throwing out some big ones today. That's Weimer. That's about his second or third big hit I've seen. So just a standard I formation for this 2nd and 7 for the Crabs. Lining up on the 27 of Queen City. South taking a short drop over to the right-hand side. An out route gives him a first down to Packmeyer. Michael Spurgeon wrapping him up and throwing him down, but not before he gets into the red zone to the 16-yard line. Great play by Josh Packmeyer. Offset eye now, looking like a run play. Instead, it's going to be a screen to Robinson. Offensive line out in front. Robinson has the first down into the end zone. Touchdown! Lowering his shoulder, getting into the end zone. His second touchdown of the evening. Sanzo Robinson. We get another look at the play here. Again, offensive line was out in front. Robinson just lowering his shoulder, bowling over Greg Morrison as he gets into the end zone, breaks pay dirt for the touchdown. So Walsh is going to try for another extra point. Kick is up and away and through, so now a 13-point lead for the Crabs. Trying to make things interesting for the Corsairs. As we get a look at the other score, Tallahassee has a slim lead, a 1-point lead at the half. Once again, that could spell trouble for the number 1 seed possibilities for the Queen City Corsairs. So another deep kickoff. Memphis Blue will bring it out once again, and he just gets throttled at the 23-yard line. Hasn't really made it past the 23 tonight, as he's been trying to make big plays on these kickoffs, but to no avail. So an offset eye now for Queen City. Hand off to Walsh. Walsh looking for some room. Lowers his shoulder. He gets a first down out to the 34-yard line. Great play by the Gold running back as he lowers his shoulder on Eddie Gage. And Gage had no answer for it. Finally wrapped up by Aaron Lee. But not before the first down is met for Kyle Walsh and the Corsairs. Under 10 minutes to go in the half. 4 wideouts for Caswell. He's in the shotgun. Walsh in the backfield with him, changing things up at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Has time, looking, over to the middle of the field. Tipped and batted away. It might have even been dropped by the wide receiver, but we'll get a better look maybe on the replay, or not. Looked like maybe the wide receiver just couldn't quite make the play. So it'll end up being 2nd and 10 after Caswell misses on the deep ball. From the 34. Another pass for Caswell. He's going to throw it to the left. Has a man. T. Haynes the third for a 6-yard gain. Good little chunk of yardage out there as Ray Cobain makes the stop. Getting in T. Haynes' face a little bit after the play. Offset eye as Caswell is under center. 7 men in the box here for the Crabs. Instead, it'll be a pass, swing pass over to Walsh, and they read that the whole way. Baltimore knocks him in the backfield. Great play by Earling. Stops Queen City from making a first down, and they'll be forced to punt. Kick is up and away. Instead, Packmeyer will get a chance of the return. He won't get anywhere, though, as Queen City flips the field on Baltimore, and they won't have the best starting field position from the 23. We'll see what Matt South and company can do as they trot back out on the field for another possession. Two backs in the backfield, 2 wideouts. South lobs a pass over to the left-hand side, and it's caught by Gilbert. And no one touched him down. Are you kidding me? No one touched him down, and he's going to take it to the end zone for a touchdown. What a lapse in judgment by Queen City. I'm not even sure how he was able to get away. I thought for sure he was touched down on this play. First of all, it was just a broken coverage as Gilbert lays out for the great catch. And then no one touched him down. They both dove over him. What a crazy looking play. as Gilbert takes it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. So Walsh is going to bank through another extra point here. And it is up and through. A 20-point lead now for the hometown Crabs over the champion Corsairs. An unbelievable turn of events. And that was just an incredible play from multiple fronts for Kendall Gilbert, as he not only made the diving play, but he also had the presence of mind to get his butt up and hustle into the end zone since no one touched him down. .740 left to go as Memphis Blue takes it out of the end zone, trying to dodge and maneuver his way away from Crabs defenders. He'll make it out to the 24-yard line. We'll see if Queen City can muster anything else from their offense. First and 10 with two backs in the backfield. Handoff to one of them. That's Walsh. And he hammers his way through the middle of the defense for a 6-yard gain as we get a look at the rushing numbers here for both running backs. Both of them putting up good numbers. Not quite as good as Robinson. He's only taken a few carries, but made the most out of all of them. .20-point lead for the Crabs as they try and defend their lead. Walsh doing his best to say nuh-uh. Getting out to the 38-yard line for a first down for Queen City. Great block here by the tackle as he runs up into the secondary. Handoff to Walsh, but this time he gets buried in the backfield. Defensive line gets in there and makes their presence felt. Michael Wall, one of the defensive tackles, making the stop on the play. So 3 wideouts. Caswell's going to sling it over to Haynes. Haynes, I don't believe, can keep his feet in bounds. They'll mark it as an incompletion. Third and 10 with 6:08 remaining in the half. Queen City trying to get something together against this Crabs defense that has shown out tonight. Four wideouts, empty backfield. Caswell's going to be under center for this 3rd and 10. Caswell's going to check it down to his tight end out to the 44-yard line, still short of the first down. And he is not getting up. It's actually the generic Elgin Villanueva. As he just ran a simple little curl route. Not quite sure there was a vicious hit there by the Crabs defender. Backup free safety Anthony George. So we'll see if Villanueva is able to return to action. 4th and 4 now for Queen City as they're not able to get anything going on offense yet again. Packmeyer's going to try and return this, lowers his shoulder, gets a couple yards, but out to the 17-yard line. Still some time to work with for Matt South and the Crabs, trying to pour on the points here in this first half. So Matt South is going to come out with 2 backs in the backfield. He's in the shotgun formation, 3 wideouts. He'll take a short drop, pass deep over to the left-hand side. Diving attempt, great play by the generic corner, Weimer once again. He's been making big hits and now a great play in the passing game as well. 2nd and 10 for the Crabs. Doing his best Kendall Gilbert impression, diving out for the possible interception. Couldn't complete the play. But a great one nonetheless as we move into 2nd down. Offset eye this time for Matt South. He'll pass and swing it over to Robinson. Robinson has some room, has a 1st down and more. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 2. South is going to dump it off in the middle of the field to Robinson. Robinson able to get a couple yards out of it. It'll be 2nd down and 8. As it stands right now, it's not going to do any good unless Tallahassee starts pouring on a whole bunch of points. And Queen City finally stops Baltimore from scoring here. Tallahassee is down by a net number of 9 points, so they'll have to make that up in order to gain ground in the standings. Catch is going to be made by Osai as he gets his toes inbound. Some toe drag swag from Mike Osai. Gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and 4 from the 39. Handoff to Robinson on this 3rd down play. Lowering his shoulder, he does get the 1st down out to the 46-yard line. Needed 4 and he got 7. A great run by Robinson. Moving the chains once again for Baltimore. Three wideouts bunched up towards the top of your screen for Baltimore. South is going to take a short drop. Airmail it over the left-hand side. Defender misjudged it. And Osai is going to take it all the way for a score. Touchdown, Crabs. Mike Osai capitalizes on the defense's mistake as Caswell threw a beautiful pass and just airmailed it over the defender. Morrison with just kind of a halfy kind of effort there. Probably realized he couldn't jump quite like Superman or any other superhero. So now a possible 27-point lead. We'll see if Walsh can bang through the extra point. And he does. So a 27-point lead for the hometown Crabs, who wanted to send their fans out with a bang. Tallahassee starting to pour on some points over in Carolina. However, as I mentioned, they need to make up 9 points on Baltimore in order to move up in the standings. Not going to happen as it stands right now. Baltimore with a huge offensive showing. Also showing out on defense as they only make it, Queen City only makes it out to the 23-yard line once again on the kickoff. So Kyle Walsh in the backfield. 3 wideouts for Caswell, 4 3 bunch towards the top of the screen. We'll see if it'll be a handoff to Walsh, and it is. Sidesteps the defender, gets out for a 5-yard gain out to the 28-yard line.
Gain of 4 yards on the play. Number 37 credited with the tackle.
2nd and 5 now as we get a look at Caswell's numbers. Hasn't thrown a ton this evening, as you can kind of tell from his stat line. Second and 5, but Caswell's going to pass here. He'll swing it out to Walsh. Walsh trying to break through, only gets out to the 31. It'll still be third down after the Crabs defense swarms over Kyle Walsh. Vancouver also with a 7-point lead in the second quarter as Caswell finds his man for a first down. That's a tight end, Clint Myers, with a gutsy catch there and extends the drive once again for the Corsairs. Alaska up 23-19 in the fourth quarter now. The Storm trying to clinch their number 1 seed. Caswell with a low snap. He'll pick it up, zing it over to the left-hand side, and that's caught by T.E. Haynes III. Way to sneak it past the defense there as we get a look at Villanueva's injury. He won't be coming back anytime soon. We certainly wish him a speedy recovery. Second and 3. Caswell getting a little better. Did throw that pick earlier in the game. The only turnover we've had of the ball game. As Baltimore stacking the line. Great blocking up front by Queen City. And Kyle Walsh makes his way out to the Baltimore 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 after we come back from the 2-minute warning. Hurdles over defenders, throwing forearm shivers into others. Jeffrey Desir had no chance on that play. As we get a look at a 1st and 10 now with 1:56 left to go in the first half of play. Handoff to Walsh again. Walsh lowers his shoulder, barrels through the defense into Baltimore territory once again. A great run. He probably only should have gained about 3 or 4, but after lowering his shoulder and his whole body, he turns it into an 11 or 12-yard gain. Clock continues to tick down. Queen City with all 3 of their timeouts. Deep pass juggled, and that's caught. T.E. Haynes III was the intended receiver. Memphis Blue, right place, right time, able to reel in the catch. 1st and goal for the Corsairs. They're going to quickly run up to the line after huddling and calling the play. Getting close to the 1-minute area here as Walsh gets a handoff and is wrapped up in the backfield. Queen City going to run a little no huddle here. Caswell under center, clock ticking away. Changing things up, taking up lots of time here. He's still got 3 timeouts. Instead, he'll pass, has time, looking over to the middle, got his tight end Myers, and he'll get knocked down at the 6-yard line. That's where Queen City will burn their first timeout. Six yards to go for pay dirt. Queen City trying to answer back after all these scores from Baltimore. Caswell takes the snap, has a man over the left-hand side. Easy walk-in touchdown for T.E. Haynes III. Corsairs narrow the gap. I think a busted coverage there. Not enough DBs on the field. Haynes actually gave the defense a little bit of a attempt at tackling him short of the goal line, but everything ended up okay for the Corsairs as they put their second touchdown on the board. So with 35 seconds, Ricky Matthews up and good. Ricky Matthews kicks it off to Baltimore. Packmeyer's going to field it from about the 5. He brings it upfield to about the 24-yard line. Better kick return coverage by the Corsairs. So with just over 30 seconds left to go, we'll see what Baltimore wants to do here. They might be content just running out the rest of the clock, taking a knee, and going into the half up by 20. Instead, it'll be a short drop for South as he slings it out over to the left-hand side. We get a look at his numbers. Great passing numbers for Matt South just in the first half. Almost 300 yards passing. Short little 3-yard play on first down. Takes off about 4 seconds off the clock. 2nd and 7 now for the Crabs. Short drop again for South. He has a man over the middle of the field on a crossing route out to the 33-yard line. That's Gilbert, who had the amazing play earlier in the ball game, diving catch, and got up to get into the end zone. Crabs aren't in any sort of hurry whatsoever. So that might be the end of the first half. Actually, we'll get one more play. Handoff to Robinson. He gets the first down, but we're at the end of half number 1. The hometown Baltimore Crabs up by 20 in a shocking turn of events here. Queen City will have to come out in the second half and see if they can make some adjustments. So both teams making it out to the field now. Crabs were the recipients of the first half kickoff, so they will kick it away to start the second half. Walsh kicks it away to Memphis Blue, who's about 5 yards deep in the end zone, and that was a little bit too much for him this time. He'll take a knee, bring it out to the 20-yard line. It was not a great first half for A.J. Caswell and company. Putting up 14 points on the board, but struggling to kind of get some things going. The second touchdown coming on the board late in the first half. We'll see if they made some first half corrections in the locker room. Hand off to Kyle Walsh. Walsh, stiff arm, gets out to the 22-yard line, 2nd and 8. It's a good run there. Eddie Gage with the stop. Crabs defense has been playing really well against the champions. Queen City looking like they're going to hold on to first place here as Caswell zings it over to the left-hand side. Great catch. T.E. Haynes the third with his 5th catch. Both of them for two of them for touchdowns. Almost 100 yards receiving today, as he's been able to find holes in the defense and get those big pass plays when Queen City needs it. Throw over to the right-hand side. That's caught. Caswell taking chunks of yardage out of here. And I just realized I'm doing my math wrong. I'm looking at Baltimore's net points and not Queen City's. So Tallahassee, if they hold on, could wrestle away that playoff spot. I've been doing that wrong the whole game. I am so sorry. Put up 42 on Carolina as it stands right now to the 14 that Queen City has. That would definitely make up the difference of the 9 points, as Kyle Walsh is able to bang through to the 44-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for the champion Corsairs. Get a look at Steven Darrow from his backer spot. Baltimore shifting around, trying to give the Corsairs a different look. Walsh is able to get the first down out to the 39-yard line. Good looking run play for the Corsairs. Now 49 points for Tallahassee, as they are just under 9 minutes left to go in the ball game. Three wideouts for Queen City. Kyle Walsh is in the backfield. Caswell's under center. He'll hand it off to Walsh. Walsh lowering his shoulder, getting out to the 33-yard line. Good chunk of yards. 6 yards on the play by the Gold running back. 2nd and 4 upcoming. Once again, I know the video is a little bit choppy on the live broadcast. I do apologize. Some technical difficulties on my end. Not entirely sure what the issue is. But Caswell is going to get rocked. Knocked down in the backfield by the defensive line. 3rd and long now for the Corsairs. Great play by Carter Abraham, the defensive end. Generic defensive end on top of that. That was a great play to beat his blocker. 6-yard loss. 3rd down and 10 for Caswell and the Corsairs. Under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Caswell evades pressure. He does find Chris Curtis finally. He's been extremely quiet tonight. Only 2 catches for 25 yards, but that one was pretty big right there. The route's crisscrossing at the top. causing a little bit of confusion for the Baltimore defense. Into the red zone for Queen City, trying to add some more points on the board. A quick run play there for Caswell. Looked like a bit of a broken play. Still able to get 6 yards out of it. Great play by A.J. Caswell. I think that was meant to be a pass play. The high snap probably gave Caswell the idea to just say screw it and run. Still ended up being positive yardage. 2nd and 4 now. Caswell with a short drop. He'll swing it over to Walsh. He stays in bounds. Gets across the first down marker. It'll be 1st and goal for the Corsairs. Walsh able to eke out the last little bit of yardage needed to give his team a 1st down. Looks like Mexico City has taken the lead. 2-point lead, 25-23, 25 seconds left to go. Caswell's going to dump it off in the middle of the field. Caught by his tight end, Myers, out to the 4-yard line, gain of 5. And Queen City continues the little dink and dunk with some big plays, big pass plays mixed in. Six minutes left to go in the third. Offset I formation for Caswell. He'll hand it off to Walsh, following his blockers. Gets through the defender. Touchdown, Queen City. Good block by his fullback and his offensive line. Walsh able to squeeze out of the one defender that could have brought him down short of the goal line. Queen City puts on the board their 3rd touchdown of the ball game. We'll see if Ricky Matthews can make it a 13-point ball game. And with the extra point, Queen City down by 13. However, Tallahassee more than making up the point differential between them as it stands right now. Matthews has the ball teed up, looking good. He'll kick it away to Packmeyer. Short kick at about the 15-yard line. Packmeyer spins away out to the 30-yard line. Crabs will get good starting field position for their first possession of the second half. Queen City chewing up a lot of clock there, almost half of the quarter. And we'll see if Matt South wants to use a similar game plan as he hands it off to Robinson, who's able to eke out of the first tackler. Gets out to the 33-yard line, gain of 2.
2 yards on the play. Number 20 with the tackle. 2nd and 7.
From the 33-yard line, Baltimore's going to take over once again. South is going to have a delayed handoff to Robinson. Robinson making his way through the entire defense before he's finally brought down by Koakaleo. Big number 75 there. South faced with a 3rd and 5, pump fakes, has a man over the middle, 1st down, Kendall Gilbert. Great catch by the number 1 wideout for Baltimore, makes it out to midfield, and that'll extend the drive for Baltimore once again. With 4:20 left to go in the third quarter. Two wideouts at the top of the screen. I formation for South. Hand off to Robinson. Lowering his shoulder out to the 47-yard line. 2nd and 7. Good 3-yard gain by Robinson. He's averaging 7 yards a carry tonight, which is incredible. And it looks like Mexico City went final. Completing the comeback and beating the Alaska Storm. Hand off to Robinson, who gets out to the 40-yard line. Another first down for the Crabs. They keep feeding Robinson the ball, and he keeps getting large chunks of yardage. Both these running backs playing extremely well tonight. Able to make the first guy miss and get extra yards. Tallahassee continuing to pour on the points. Handoff again to Robinson. This time Avery King, the former Skyhawk, knocks him down for a 4-yard gain. Real methodical game plan for the Crabs. Taking some time off the clock, making sure the Queen City doesn't have any opportunity to get any more points on the board. South is going to pass this time. Has an out route over the right-hand side. That's caught. 4-yard gain by Mike Osai before he's knocked out of bounds. Now faced with a 3rd and 2. We'll see what the Crabs want to do here. Clock. South is going to hand off to Robinson. He tries to lower his shoulder to get away from the defender. Cannot, as number 39 snuffs it out. One of the backup strong safeties, Jack Thomas, makes the play. Brings up a 3rd and 3 as Baltimore gets to the edge of the SFL red zone from the 20-yard line. Another handoff, this time to the backup, I believe it is. Still able to get the first down. Damon Morehouse, the backup running back, as Robinson takes a breather. Kendall Gilbert with great numbers tonight. 7 catches, 112 yards, 1 touchdown as well. 45 seconds left to go in the third. Matt South checks it down. Only going to get a gain at 2. Ty Maxwell able to make the catch there. Matt South putting together a good-looking drive, just taking what the defense gives him. Taking up a lot of time as well. He has time over the middle of the field, and that's dropped by Kendall Gilbert. Could have had the first down right there at about the 3 or 4 yard line. Instead, they'll line up once again, but it'll be a 3rd down and long. Three wideouts towards the top of the screen for South. He's got Robinson in the backfield as well. South is going to take a deep drop. Has a man over the middle of the field in between 3 different white jerseys. It's knocked down and incomplete. Matt South getting a little gutsy on the play, trying to find Packmeyer with this throw. Almost made the play, in fact. Had a couple guys running pretty much the same route, only a couple yards apart there. Maybe that added to the confusion for the Crabs. Matt Walsh is going to line up for his 3rd field goal here. Already completed 2 on the evening. This one will be a 29-yard field goal. Snap's good. Kick is up and away and through the uprights. Baltimore extending their lead. Back up to 16 points as they are up 37-21. The third quarter coming to a close after the Eric Walsh, I keep doing that tonight, Eric Walsh field goal. He boots it into the back of the end zone. Memphis Blues going to take it out, though, out to the 23-yard line, and that's pretty much been the recipe for the kick returns for the Queen City Corsairs tonight. Walsh boots it about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Memphis Blue tries it every time, but only able to get it out just past the 20-yard line. Offset eye for Caswell. He's going to hand it off to Walsh. Dragging a defender behind him, eventually falls down at the 25-yard line. Gain of 2. Sonzo Robinson right at 100 yards. Kyle Walsh getting very, very close to the century mark. As that was the final play of the third quarter. Getting into the fourth quarter here, we got a good one as the Crabs are up by 16. Queen City's got to put more points on the board if they're going to maintain their number 1 seed. Tallahassee is just pouring it on in Raleigh. 56-27 at the last score break. Throw over to Diamante, the fullback, and he's able to get 6 yards out of the swing pass. Fullbacks are always dangerous when they're shifty guys like Diamante is. So now faced with a 3rd and 2, Queen City is going to hand it off to Walsh. And he gets met right at the first down marker by Gage. That is going to come up short. It'll be 4th down and 1 from the 32. Matthews is going to come out and punt now, since they're so deep in their own territory. Crabs are going to come after it, almost get there. Packmeyer's going to field it. Actually has some blockers set up, 5 or 6 yards on the return. He's going to get it out to the 36-yard line. Once again, decent starting field position for the Crabs. So an offset I formation for Matt South this time. Hand off to Robinson. Robinson's going to lose yardage on that play. He loses a yard as he gets 3 and 4 different Queen City defenders in there to wrap him up. So no longer on the century mark is Sonzo Robinson. Crabs up by 16, hopefully just trying to kill some clock here for the fans. South is going to pass. He has a man deep on the left-hand side. Picked off, though. Needed a little bit more love to get it to Kendall Gilbert. Instead, it's picked off by Mick Weimer, the generic corner that has been making plays all night long on the defensive end. Good looking interception there as Gilbert can't believe it. Just needed a little bit more on that pass and he would have been gone once again. So Queen City with an opportunity. See if they can put points on the board. Walsh finding room over on the left. Makes it out to the 47-yard line. Great play by Walsh, number 35. The big bruiser just bowling his way through the defense. Took a combined effort of Desir and Darrow to get him down on the turf. 37-21 your score. Baltimore just throwing a pick on the last play. As Caswell finds a man in the middle of the field. First down, Queen City. Chris Curtis with his third catch of the ball game. And A.J. Caswell finally starting to find his rhythm. Vancouver looking like they're going to come away with the victory pending a huge comeback from OKC. Vancouver up by 21, hoping to seal their playoff hopes. Meanwhile, Caswell drops back to pass again, has a man over the middle of the field. It's only good for 4 yards. Myers was hit with the crossing route. 8 minutes left to go in the ball game. Once again, Queen City has to put some points on the board. Only a 9-point net differential between the Pride and the Corsairs. As Walsh gets a handoff, tries to throw the stiff arm. Gets dragged down instead by Gage. They're into the red zone, though. First down for Queen City. Good looking run there by Kyle Walsh, doing his best to rumble, bumble, stumble his way into the end zone for some points. Caswell has a good pocket, has a guy over on the right hand side. It's tipped in. Falls incomplete. Chris Curtis had the touchdown grab. It somehow just falls out of his hands and to the turf. So it is final in Raleigh, 56-27. The final score. The Pride coming out as victors in that matchup. Final week of the regular season. Caswell again to a little quarterback draw here. He has room and he's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown! A.J. Caswell with the rushing touchdown. Able to bring his Corsairs to 10 points. I'm stumbling over my words. I can't believe that they were able to pull off this great quarterback draw play. So it is not quite done yet for Queen City and their number 1 seed hopes. Finally starting to find some rhythm here towards the end of the ball game. Snap is off to the side, gets it down, up and away, and good. So Queen City now down by 9 points. 38-27. They need to actually score 10 more points in order to keep Tallahassee from taking over that spot. Ricky Matthews kicks it off to the Crabs. Packmeyer's going to receive it. He'll take it out to the 29-yard line. Decent return out there for the wide receiver. We'll see what the Crabs can do here. Hand off to Sanzo Robinson. Sidesteps a defender. Blowing through defenders everywhere. What a gutsy run by Sanzo Robinson, the Gold Star running back, able to make it out to the 40-yard line. Great blocking up front. Sanzo doing everything he possibly can to get that first down, mowing defenders down as he goes through it. 6:45 and counting left to go in the ball game. Queen City needs a stop and in a hurry so that they can put more points on the board to narrow the gap with Tallahassee. Swing pass over to Sanzo Robinson. He has plenty of room for a first down. Tackle was made by the two-star backers, Alex Cross and Avery King. But that was a good-looking play from Baltimore that sets them up with another first down. Three wideouts. Handoff to Robinson. Met at the line of scrimmage. He'll go backwards. They'll give him credit for a yard. But that entire defense was around him in a heartbeat. Avery King, the first man to get there. Down by 9. Baltimore gets a handoff here. Queen City is down by 9, excuse me. Their defense trying to stand tall here and get the ball back for their offense. But Baltimore is doing their best to chew some clock and make sure that doesn't happen. Three wideouts bunched towards the top of the screen. Robinson in the backfield. Matt South is going to take a deep drop. Has a man over the middle of the field. That's caught, but is short of the first down. Mike Osai wrapped up again by Weimer, who has a pick earlier in the quarter. So it'll now bring up 4th and 1 for the Crabs. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. Letting it all hang out is Baltimore tonight. Robinson's going to get the handoff. First down and more. It's actually going to be the backup. Out to the 27-yard line. Robinson taking a breather. Giving the ball to Damon Morehouse, the backup running back. And what a run by little number 43 there. Looked almost like Darren Sproles shiftily making his way through to the first down. So that extends the drive for Baltimore. It also gives them another opportunity to chew some more clock. And it does look like a run formation here for Baltimore, as it's an offset eye handoff. This time met right at the line of scrimmage, goes backwards. Morehouse not able to get anything on that play. 2nd and 10 after the hit by Cross. Once again, for everybody in the live broadcast just joining us, I do apologize for the buffering, the frames dropping. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It's been like that the whole game. Thank you for toughing through it with me. We've got a great 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. As Matt South gets another handoff to Robinson. Cannot make it out of the backfield. He'll lose another yard. Queen City trying to stand tall, trying to make sure that they don't get any more points on the board, giving them the best opportunity at a win tonight. After Tallahassee lays a drubbing to the Skyhawks in Raleigh. Third and 11. Baltimore letting the play clock drip down. Down to 2 seconds. Robinson gets another handoff, and the clock is still going to continue to run. even though he's knocked shy of the first down. A 4th and 6 upcoming for Baltimore. They will likely trot out Eric Walsh to attempt yet another field goal. He's been 3 for 3 this evening. I doubt that they'll kick this field goal before the 2-minute warning. It'll end up being a 40-yard attempt. Certainly not a chip shot by any means, as we hit that 2-minute warning here in Baltimore. The hometown Crabs trying to pull off an upset here and spoil Queen City's chances at a number 1 seed. Once again, Walsh is going to line up. 40-yard attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is away. And it is through from 40 yards. Baltimore extending the lead to 12 points. Making it a more than a 2-possession ball game, easily a 3-possession ball game at this point. Oh, maybe a 2-possession ball game. My math's been off all night. 2 possessions if you want to score 2 touchdowns, but at this point with 1:57 left to go, that would be a tough hill to climb, even for the champion Corsairs. Walsh boots it down the field. Fielded at about the 5-yard line. Memphis Blue trying to follow some blockers. Gets it out to the 26-yard line. And that's, believe it or not, the best field position that Queen City has had from a kickoff tonight. Minute 51 left on the clock. We'll see what sort of game plan Queen City puts together here for the final couple of minutes. Short drop for Caswell. Has T.E. Haynes. Cannot keep his feet in bounds, though. That's marked incomplete. 2nd and 10. Only 3 seconds come off the clock. And we're going to get a booth review here. They're going to double check and see if T.E. Haynes was in fact out of bounds when he made the catch, or if he got his feet in bounds. He might have dragged him there. We'll see what they think. In real time, I thought it was incomplete. Field Caswell under center. Another short drop for Caswell. Throws an out route. T.E. Haynes the third has it. This is definitely a catch as he goes out of bounds. 6-yard gain. 3rd and 4 now for the champs.
Let's go.
This time going with a 4 wide receiver look on 3rd and 4. Crowd on their feet here in Baltimore. Kyle Walsh in the backfield with Caswell under center. Caswell's going to take a short drop. Deep over the middle of the field. Has a man wide open. Chris Curtis is going to take it down to the 3-yard line. Queen City burns their first time out with 1:05 left to go. Incredible play to get loose by Chris Curtis, the newcomer out at wide receiver. And he gets behind the defense, makes an incredible play, setting up Queen City with a short field to get back on the board. So get a look at Kyle Walsh. He's in the backfield in an offset I formation. Caswell under center. Baltimore stacking the box, anticipating run. Instead, it's a pass. Finds a man over the middle of the field. Touchdown, Clint Myers. The backup tight end has been catching passes all night long over the middle of the field. Finally able to get one through the end zone. So touchdown Queen City. They're going to line up for the extra point, narrow the gap to 5 with 1:02 left to go. Things getting very interesting here in Baltimore. We'll see what happens at the end of this kick, which is up and good. 5-point ball game now for Queen City. They will line up for the onside kick, and we'll see if they can recover it. Still with 2 timeouts, so even if they don't recover it, not the end of the world. Matthews boots it the other way. Baltimore fields it. And they're going to have it at the 40-yard line of Queen City. Good-looking play there by the Baltimore hands team to make sure that Queen City didn't get their mitts on it. So with exactly 60 seconds left to go, I would expect Matt South to hand the ball off to Robinson. Or in fact, they'll just line up in victory formation. Even with the couple timeouts, they can't stop the clock quick enough. And it's looking like Tallahassee is actually going to leapfrog in the standings. Another knee here from Matt South. Queen City calls their final timeout. So barring a miracle at the Meadowlands situation, Matt South and company will come out with a victory to end the season. Baltimore fans at Old Bay Stadium will go home happy. Another kneel down here. So they will have to punt with just about 25 seconds. If they let it bleed all the way down to 0. Maybe about 16 seconds. So the punt is up. Fair catch called for right at the 14-yard line by Memphis Blue. So 13 seconds to work with no timeouts. We'll see if Queen City can pull out any sort of magic here to pull out a win. Four wideouts. Caswell. Pocket looking good. Has time over the middle of the field. That's caught for a 9-yard gain, but he's in bounds. Memphis Blue made the catch in bounds. I don't think they're going to get another playoff, and they won't. Baltimore stuns Queen City. Tallahassee overtakes Queen City for the #1 seed. And they will host the Atlanta Swarm next week. Queen City still hosting a playoff game as a #2 seed, but they will host the Chicago Wildcats. And a great game here by Queen City and Baltimore. Baltimore coming out hot, making sure they get tons of points on the board. Queen City making a furious rally towards the end. Unfortunately for them, not quite enough. Eric Walsh banging through 4 field goals today. And a great game by Matt South as well, over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, including an incredible one from Kendall Gilbert. I'm sure we'll see the highlight on this little highlight reel here. This is the one right. I think we might have missed it, but it was just an incredible play. Diving catch, no one tackled him, got up, ran himself into the end zone. A great play by Baltimore. And a great game by Baltimore as well. Great game for everybody. Thank you guys for toughing through the technical difficulties. I greatly appreciate it. Go figure, finally, as it's kind of ending and wrapping things up, it's looking like it's going back to normal. But again, all's well that ends well. For the SFL production crew here in Baltimore, Maryland, and from everyone in the SFL headquarters in the Metroplex in Texas, my name is Eric Vinson. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll see you next week for the playoffs. Peace!